Welcome to Rauta's Underground Trio, episode 87. Yes, quite a long time we've been doing this. Me, whatever, do them, blah, blah, blah. Welcome to Rauta's Underground Trio, episode 87. This time we have, once again, 3 different albums from the underground. And funny thing is, these are all from Finland. It's purely coincidence, because, these just pretty much arrived back to back. First, let's introduce the players of tonight's show in alphabetical order. First, Bloodcross with their debut album Gravebound from my home city. Then we have Chephreon with the DuckTales from the Deep Lakes, third album by the band, CDR, and hence it's right here. And then Haadeen with the second album called Marraskuu, November. So all are Finnish bands, the first, the second, and the third albums in question. And these are all more or less connected to black metal scene, but quite different takes, even though there are similarities. Now is the twist time, that is going from worst to best, according to my own opinion, with these albums in question. First, let's start with Chephreon, which started around 2019, and that's exactly when they released their debut album Necromancy. That was very, very mediocre, even if maybe less. And ever since, the band has been trying to put out more music, and this is now the third album. Haven't heard the second album, so can't really compare to this one. This is CDR, like stated, so homemade feeling. It's always also because of that, this is self-financed. Tries to be badass and bloody and all, but this is very, very much like demo level recording in so many ways. Now, on Metal Archives, this is listed as black, trash, speed metal, whatever, and technically speaking, there's quite a bit of truth to that. I would say this is more like black metal gone speed. There's a lot of melodic heavy metal influence with the songs and all, and sometimes it feels almost like listening to heavy metal on speed, while listening to those raspy, screamy black metal vocals. Maybe more on the screamy sides than raspy, but you get the point. However, because of certain, sound policy, because of the production and all, and of course those screamy vocals, it's definitely giving you a lot of that black metal feeling. But when you listen to the riffs, the whole composements and all, it is almost like you're listening to some kind of a black speed metal. And that's where the tricky part comes. It's hard to make such a hybrid so that it works the right way. I'm gonna say it out loud. There are a lot of speed metal freaks which are not probably gonna touch this because it's too black metallic. Same thing goes for the heavy metal fans. And at the same time, a lot of black metal fans are most likely gonna say this is not black metal enough to begin with. So it's a tricky hybrid one with not too shabby compositions. It's not like it's bad or anything like, but it has this homemade feeling when it comes to their recording in terms of songwriting, production, just everything here, starting with the booklet. So I'm saying there's a reason why this is self-financed. Quite too much demo-like recording, and as such, it's kind of a mediocrity. Not bad, but you know how it is. Maybe demo-level material in a CD or full album format. That's pretty much of it. Then another band with the same kind of approach is Haadeen, but this is not black trash or black speed or anything like that. This is just one-man band with drum machine and all. So now you're gonna say it out loud. Yes, it's a bedroom black metal project, once again with the CDR approach, self-financed very much so. So, for example, there's no booklet, just a simple CDR digipack, kind of a nice, very minimalistic, but to be honest, this is very much like another demo in full album format, if you will. The thing here is, this guy here in the band is around 18 or something like that, so there's a lot of young passion coming out, and as such, that's the beauty of it. Play it with passion and get what you got. But maybe go for demos first rather than going just full albums just because there is nobody, ready to release your albums. First of all, the drum machine. It's very, very basic, stripped down, and not exactly good. It's listenable, miles away that it is very, very mediocre drum machine. It's not really good, so maybe more skill is needed on that. Or rather, get a real drummer. Now, when it comes to the songs, they're like more Burzum school of melodic, atmospheric black metal. Some are actually quite uplifting riffs, in a beautiful way, and it's gonna be putting a lot of people like, what the hell is going on around here? It's just too much this happy melodic keyboard thing going on. And at the same time, there are parts where it kind of feels it's gonna do it. The sound is not exactly good, but it's not bad either. But it gives this very much like homemade demo recording feeling. On top of that, you have these distorted vocals, sorry, which are not exactly bad, but nothing good. I mean, they're too much on the background and they're not really powerful enough. Now, when you have listened to hundreds or thousands of black metal albums throughout the years, you cannot easily spot that this is not right there yet. This is more like work in progress. Some really nice ideas, some nice melodies, and some atmospheric parts. So you feel like this is work in progress. It could be something some year. But this is more like listening to an overly lengthy demo. So, indeed, work in progress. Only for die-hard fanatics of atmospheric black metal who don't really give it that much of a damn, who are not that critical in their opinions and whatnot. But I would say give it a go only if you're a fanatic of the style. And then the best of the pile comes from my home city. And partially this is the ex-Angel Scourge guys who did a great debut, Seraphim Baylor, already many years ago. And nothing ever was heard or seen of the band a couple of years later. And now we find the reason. Bloodcross is a new band with a couple of those guys and a couple of other band members. And the result is very, very much like melodic death metal kind of a thing. Now this is labeled by the band, by Metal Archives, as melodic black metal. And I'm saying partially true, but if you really think about it, like go back to early 90s when bands like In Flames and Dark Tranquillity were new and releasing their debut album, I would say this actually sounds like them. Now mind you, the difference between melodic black metal and melodic death metal back in the days was very thin. If you had satanic themes and you had more occultist, satanic, anti-religious kind of approach to the music, you could be labeled as black metal, whereas bands like In Flames, Dark Tranquillity, and a lot of other bands from the Gothenburg scene were just melodic death metal. But the vocals were pretty similar. The production value is pretty similar. And they were actually overlapping elements with, songwriting and all. Think of Dissection back in the days. Some people said it's not black metal. Some people would say it was melodic death black. Somebody would call it just melodic black metal. So which way you go doesn't really matter. I'm pointing out, yes, there's a little bit dissection in the mix, but more so, to me, in my opinion, this sounds more like melodic death metal. And that's not a bad thing. I'm just pointing out a lot of these melodies don't really, push the black metal button in my head. It's more like this is close to melodic black metal, but quite so closer to melodic death metal. And I don't know, even the whole feeling with the album, the booklet, the name and everything is, in my opinion, pointing towards that direction. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't really care. It's for you to decide which way you're gonna call it, which way you're gonna like it and all. But this band has some really, really nice melodies. It's catchy. It's quite well produced. The vocals could be more powerful, more raspier, more straightforward. But overall, I mean, there's a lot of promise with that. Now, if we go as far as to compare this to Angel Scourge, I would say that band, however, was a little bit better. And the vocalist guitarist is actually the same and the one other member. So you really can't stop yourself comparing when you have heard both bands. But I think there's a promise with Bloodcross. And to be honest, if they go more into the melodic death metal or just mellow metal kind of stuff, there's nothing going to stop them for, conquering the world. They could really become big with this style, with even better production, even better songwriting, even more catchier stuff and all that stuff. Now, if you're into melodic black metal, there's no reason why not to check it out. And if you're into melodic death metal, even less so. So give it a go. All these bands have links provided in the description box, so there's no excuse why not to check them out, unless of course you're not interested in the first place. But this is Underground Trio, only for underground diehards and all. So off you go and see you soon with more videos coming your way. Take care.